Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E with another video. Today, as you guys can see, channel is doing good. We are 180 subscribers, guys. So we are about 820 subscribers away from getting to 1,000. So anything is possible. I mean, like I said, we might not make it this month. We might make it next month or the month after that, but I can see we are on our way, guys. So the dividend passport, bro, we are making a momentum, guys. So as far as I can say, today the market was on fire. Oh my God, the market was on fire, y'all. Wow. If you investing today, I ain't buying nothing today. I tried to sell. I was selling today stuff that I wanted to get rid of that was down, and once they get up to what I wanted to sell, boom, I sold. Okay, but I'm not gonna be talking about this too much. Let's get into the portfolio. In the first portfolio, as you guys can see, in the first portfolio we made almost $3,000. Right, this is the main portfolio, almost 3 grand. In my growth portfolio, I made another $440. If we go to my retirement portfolio, my Roth, I made another $846. Oosh! Okay, then we get to my baby, right? The 19-month-old, she made $34 a day, almost $34 a day. So across the board, we kick butt. You know what? We kick butt today. Let's get to the main portfolio, man. So yesterday, we didn't do too good yesterday. Well, I mean, we did good. The day before yesterday, we didn't do too good. But yesterday, we did good. We beat the S&P yesterday, right? By almost 30 points. Well, over 30 points, right? Because they were in the negative, we in the positive. So we did good yesterday. Today, let's go over here real quick. Let's go over here. Let's look. All right. So I tried to buy this the other day, and that didn't go through. So I didn't get no dividend coming today. But you guys already know, right? The portfolio is already at 160,000, right? I mean more than 160,000. This is just the balance this is my money. This is not what I'm getting from these guys, right? These guys are giving me 60-something% of what I already have, so that brings it almost to 170 something thousand dollars. Okay, so I mean we're doing good. Let's get to the next portfolio. So I paid down my dividend, right? Because I sold a lot of things, and then the portfolio actually went up. Like I said, I like it when the portfolio goes up, and this has nothing to do with dividend. It's just the growth, right? It's just the growth. The portfolio go up a couple of thousand, and then it will pay down with dividend. We'll pay down our margins, down by almost $2,000, right? Maybe more than that. I don't pay attention to that. I just pay attention to the income that's coming in. So now that gives us another buffer, right? That we can buy more stuff, which is cool, right? I sold a few things. If you guys can see the portfolio, I sold a few things. Now, this right here I was going to sell because the margin requirements on this is it's pretty high, right? So I'm going to get rid of this right here. And some of the other stuff I was like, you know what, maybe I need to sell out of. But then I was like, maybe I don't need to sell everything. I might need to keep a few things in there, right? I got CLM in here. CLM is one of my staple funds, right? But I don't, it's like, and QDTE, I might be getting out of QDTE because the margin requirements is kind of high. So I might be getting out of QDT. It's almost like 50% or more, if not 100%. Let me see. Let me show you guys. Let me see if I can remember how to do it. Where is it? QDTE. Where is that? All right. Let's see if it's going to show me. It should give me a little box for me to click on. Come on, load up. I don't know, my Wi-Fi's been kind of slow over here. And margin requirements right there. See, that's 100%. So I'm definitely gonna be selling out of QDTE because the margin requirements. I know I said 50%, but when I looked at it earlier today, it was almost similar. So if it drops, you're gonna get margin calls on this, right? And the yield is not that high compared to some other stuff. So I'm gonna get out of this probably tomorrow, because I just had to pay more attention to it. I'm gonna get out of that. So I need to see, what I pay for it, and I'm trying to get out of it, especially in this portfolio. Now, if it's in another portfolio, if it's less, I need to check Fidelity and see what the margin requirement is for this. And if it's not the same, I mean, I'm gonna get out of it. I'm in here to make money and not put my portfolio at risk. Even though it's not a lot, it's just like a few $1,000s, I think, that I bought. So, I'm not gonna put my portfolio at risk. Okay. So this is what I bought today. This is what I sold today. Sorry, guys. So I sold. I think that was yesterday. Let me see if I can move it over. Messing on my tab. Move myself over a little bit. All right. This is 1919. Yeah. So this is, I sold 1, 2, 3, 4. So I sold 4 things today. All right. I sold 4 things today. I had 1 share of this. It was down, went back up, so I got out of it. I sold SDIV. I sold ET Energy. I sold in here. Now, some of these positions I have in my other portfolio, in my Fidelity portfolio, and as I told you guys, I'm gonna make sure this portfolio is pretty much just on the high yield, higher yield dividend, and then the other portfolio is more like my safe portfolio, so I can afford to, and I got more money in the other portfolio to where I can buy more. I can buy up to another $50,000 worth of stuff compared to this one, which is maybe 10 now. No, it was 16 yesterday. With all this stuff that went on today, and probably around 18 something. I'm gonna check that in a little bit. But I mean, I saw a lot of this stuff, and some of this was 3 or 4,000. Some of it was less, but I saw a lot. You can see this was $15 a share, limit order, and it was 1,000 share. Right? That's 100. That's another 100. That's another 100 something. So 200 and something. So the price is different: 22, 16, 15. But I sold out of those today because, like I said, this is. I look at this as a business. I don't keep this. I don't look at this as. Oh, you know what? I take my emotions out of it, because if I don't, that's when you start to lose money. Like I said, I look at this as a business, right? When you have multiple businesses, if you need to cut, you have to cut, right? And right now, we're gonna make sure this portfolio is generating more income. I mean, the S&P 500 did pretty good today, right? And we a little bit more. What I was thinking, 18,000 from 16 yesterday, so we almost up 5,000. So that's pretty good, right? I mean, we got $50,000 in margins, but balance. But I still have more money here that I can spend. So I got $21,000 that I can spend. I paid down my margins by $3,000 or $4,000. Hey, that's good, right? That is good. So literally, I mean, if I really wanted to, I can pay off my margins in the next 6 months, 6 to 8 months. I can pay off my margins. If I stop reinvesting, I can pay off my margins, right? Which is kind of hard to do because I'm trying to grow the account. You know, but the goal is to get this to 10,000, the others to 10,000, and then build the other two accounts for my daughter, and then my E-Trade. Oh my God, I'm so mad at E-Trade. I don't even want to talk about it right now. But this is where I'm at, right, guys? So you can see we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. The market value of the account is at 229. I mean 129. We're gonna be at 229 soon. It's at 129, right? Compared to where it was higher, but we paid down margin with some of the stuff that I sold, paid the income, because like I said, I sold a lot, right? So that money goes to where it needs to go, which is here, and then we pay down margins also. So I can't complain. I'm happy about that. I am very, 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 very happy about that, guys. Okay, so Robinhood is still doing good, right? I haven't bought nothing else other than what was um, bought in dividend, with dividend, right? I still got less than $1 over here. Everything else has been repurposed. So when the funds come in for dividend, right, is reinvested when dividend come in. So they build their stuff all by themselves, and it's green, right? Because the market was green today, so they're green, which is good. So I'm not buying anything other than, and then I didn't get no dividend rather came in today, right? In other those portfolios, so I got most of the same stuff in the other portfolio. So of course, that means I didn't get no dividend here, and that's fine, right? Because the market is green. If we're reinvesting, we're just buying stuff at a higher price, which is cool because it's just dividend, right? We're using money that's the company is paying us back from owning those companies, so that's okay. So let's get over here to the overall. Now you guys know I'm excited because I know something I don't really show it, but I'm excited because the portfolio is doing great. Even though today the market was green, the Fed decided to cut rates and stuff, so everything just went pretty good. So I'm cheesing, my cheeks on me hurting a little bit for all the smiling that I'm smiling. So we went down yesterday, and then we back up today at 13,000, right? And we went down. We were at 13 the day before, and we went down because I sold a few things, and then we came back up, and then I sold some more stuff today again. So it might go back down tomorrow, because when I sell, that means I'm selling stuff that paying dividends. So that calculation goes into here. So I might be down a few $1,000 with the dividend stuff, and then again I might be down 1,000. I might be down 500. I don't really know. Whenever the calculation come in, we'll go from there. But as far as I know, I mean, we're doing good. I'm excited. Individually here, we got about $54,000 in income, right? I mean, that's that is good, right? And you go over here to Fidelity, 58 in income. Man, that's amazing. Almost $60,000 coming from Fidelity, and definitely when everything clears by the end of this week, like I say, if we have another red day, my portfolio is gonna jump because I'm gonna be buying like crazy. 'Cause I love sales, right? When stuff go down, I daily cost average, but I mean, I like it better when stuff goes, when people get scared and stop selling. That's when I buy, because like I said, the market always go back up. Okay, now one of my subscribers sent me an email about excuse me, about margins. I think I talk about that in one of my other videos, and so and I think he mentioned something about margins been with Fidelity been a little higher than other brokerage. So he gave up on margins because it was too high. Now, like I said the last time, right? I got stuff that paid less yield, but I haven't bought anything on margins with those positions, right? I just let the reinvestment take care of itself, right? I use the dividend reinvestment drip to rebuy those positions. I don't use margins on those positions. Before, I was buying stuff that paid less, and it didn't pay less than, I think it was 10%. I wasn't using margins, right? And then anything that paid more than 10%, in some cases, I think I bought with margins. But then I later sold those because I realized like, well, the same thing, right? If my margins is 12% and I'm buying stuff that I paid 10%, I'm not making any money. So I sold out of those and then buy things that paying higher yield. That's the reason you use margins, because for higher yield. Now, if you risk averse and you don't want to still, and you scared, of course, that if the yield interest is 12%, right? If you go get money from a bank, right, and the personal loan is 15%, and you come and buy something here that pays you 5-10%, if it making enough to pay that mortgage, that loan back, then I would say do it. But for me, it doesn't make sense, right? The reason why we take money from outside or margins to buy stuff is to buy higher yield. Some that paying 100%, some that paying 80, 70, 60, even 40%. That's still good because you have enough to cover the margins interest, and you're still making money, right? So the margin is, like I said, it's risky, but it helps accelerate your account, make it grow faster, especially when you don't need the money. So you can use margin for a year or 2 years, and then when you get high enough, you can still use margins because you still have a lot of money in your account to where you're not really using the actual margin balance, and the stuff is higher yield. So if you got a buffer of 30-40%, I mean, even if the market go crazy, if the market go down 10-20%, you're still fine because you got a big buffer to where you're not worried about margin calls, and you're still making money every month. So this is the best way I can describe it, right? Because I try to keep everything basic, the way I understand it, not to be pulling up calculators and try to calculate. I mean, it's just simple math, right? If you get a loan for 15% and you got to pay back their loan, you're not gonna go borrow the money to somebody for 5% for them to pay you 5% to pay that loan back, because you're gonna be taking money out of your pocket to pay for that loan eventually, right? So that's how you gotta look at it. You gotta get something that pay you more money so you can pay that loan back easily and don't have to worry about it. So hence, when you do margins, you have to use higher yield. And I mean, most of the higher yield stuff is against cryptos, against Amazon, is against Facebook. It's against semiconductor companies. It mostly relates to other companies. So when this company is doing good, it's going to go up. When the company is doing bad, it's going to go down. And this company is a company that's been around for a long time, so it's not always going to be bad, right? You just got to pick and choose which one work best for you, right? That's all I can say, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube that talk about my experiences with my portfolio and how I'm doing to get my portfolio up so I can retire early. So do your own due diligence. Don't take my word for it, right? Do your own due diligence, guys. So thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate all the love. Join the Discord, guys. If you haven't joined the Discord, I don't even have the thing open right now. I don't want to look for it. Join the Discord, okay, guys? So if you send me a message and I don't respond, hey, remember, I got a regular job too. So, and I got a bunch of people that sending me emails, and I try to respond to everybody. No matter if they're just saying hello, I try to respond back to everybody, right? Because I mean, I brought this on myself. I tell you guys to ask questions and stuff, and you guys doing just that, and I appreciate that. And I would appreciate if you guys could ask some questions and stuff on the channel, and ask the most personal questions in email. That's fine too. But either way, I still appreciate everything you guys doing, watching the content, sharing the content, liking the content. Liking the content is key, guys, because I want to get this out to other people, and help as many people as possible. Because remember, it's not a lot of people understand that this can be done, right? Everybody think, oh, I need $1 million to invest in the market. It's just like buying a house. When you're buying a house, you need to save up 3 to 5% to buy a house. When you need to invest in the market, you don't need to save up 3 to 5%, right? If you open a brokerage account, the brokerage account say, okay, you need to put $500 in there for your Roth. You put $500 in there. But with a bigger brokerage, you don't need to put 500. You can put 100, right, for a Roth. And every year, depending on your age, for me, I think I can save up to $8,000 now. Well, I already maxed that out. So next year, I will look for whatever the requirement is. But if you're not at my age over 50, it might be 7,000 something, right? And it might be too late to put that money in there, but if you can, let's say if you do your taxes, you get 7 grand, put that money in there, it will still count. You can still put the money in there for the year before, right? I know you can do it with Fidelity because I've done it before. If you go to put money into your account, you can select the year before. If you didn't put enough money in the year before, you can go up there and say, well, this is for 2023, and you can put money in there for 2023. If you would have put maybe 500, and you got the other 7,000 now, you can put that money for last year, and then this year, I mean, if you don't have it next year, you can put it in for the previous year. That way, you're making sure you're not losing money, because remember, guys, the time you have the money in the market is very important, right? Like today, if he's like, well, tomorrow I'm going to buy, and then the market is green, what are you going to do? You're going to buy because everything is high. There's no discount. So you have to remember the time you have money in the market. If you have money there, sitting there, I've been talking to this guy forever to open stuff, put money in the market, he put the money in the bank account, collecting whatever percentage is, 3-4%. That's good. But if you already in your 40s, and he saw what I had on my status on WhatsApp, what I talked about the other day, I put a screenshot of that on my status. He was like, wow, damn, this. I'm like, dude, I've been trying to tell you from day one. You make a lot of money in chunks. Put some of that away, because you don't need all that money. You don't need all that money to be sitting in the bank account. Put some in the investment. Collect 10-15%. That's a start. And the more you get comfortable, and you get to understand what you're doing, and then you can go much crazy. You know what I'm saying? But this is where we are, and this is my favorite tab I like to go to right here. Well, one of my favorite tabs. Before that, we'll go to my next favorite tab, right? So this is the income, and we didn't make too much money. We went up to the lowest at 7,300. So we went up a little bit than where we was yesterday, I believe. Like I said, I need to start taking notes for the previous day, but we don't care. Like when you don't have money, right? You only worry about today, and when you have money, you don't worry about yesterday. You only worry about tomorrow. I just made it up, guys. Don't come from me. But that's how I feel. When you got a little change, I mean, you're not worried about what happened yesterday. You worry about what's happening tomorrow, because you're always thinking about the future. Only people that don't have money worry about what's happening today, because that's a more important day for them, and they deal with the next day than tomorrow. But this is where we are, guys. Okay, this is where we are. Look at that. That's at 880. 9. Man, I'm thinking we're gonna crush this goal for 10,000 by December. I'm thinking, even though we're going slow at it, I'm still thinking we're gonna crush this goal, right? Because all these things I sold today, right? I'm gonna invest that tomorrow into a higher yield. So if I have any positions that I'm down 600, 700, which it shouldn't be that many, I'm gonna buy that tomorrow, right? And of course, I'm gonna take a loss on the other position because of the margin. The margin requirement is too high, it's 100%. And then QDTE, I'm gonna sell that. It should be up. I bought it a lot less than what it is. So if the market holds tomorrow, I'm gonna get out of QDTE, and then I'm gonna check the other positions I have and see which one is better. If it have a 30% margin requirement, then that's good. I don't want to do nothing that have 100%. There's too many other things out there that provide similar or better offerings for me to deal with that. Okay, guys. So this is my favorite script right here, right? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that number right here. 691 in 10 years. If I just let this money sit there for 10 years. But I don't want to work a full-time job for 10 years. And I don't want this to be a job, guys, right? I don't want what I'm doing now to be a job. This is just something to keep me busy when I retire. I don't want it to be a job. I want to help as many people as possible to be successful, right? And we build this community, and then you guys can take up the mantle and help other people. I'm not helping you so you can say, okay, well, I know how to do this, and I'm not going to share it because I want people around me to struggle. No. That's the best thing about this, right? When you learn how to do this, right? And believe me, take my word for it. When you start talking to people that are close to you, they're gonna think you're crazy, right? Because this become a drug, right? And that's why the rich gets richer, because they focus on one thing and then they pursue that. If you want to be a jack of all trade in your house doing stuff, that's different. But when it comes to your money, if you focus on one thing, right? Know where your money is coming in and where your money is going. I promise you, if in 5 years, even in 1 year, if you don't see a growth in your financial status, then the problem is you. That means you're not doing something right. Because if you know how much money, and investing in stock to make money is one thing, but when I talk to people about helping them with buying, with looking at stocks and what to buy and what to invest in, the first conversation, the first hour of that conversation, we are not talking about stocks. This is the easy part, right? This is the easy part, looking at stuff and say, okay, I want to buy this, I want to buy this. The most difficult thing is the income, the money, knowing the where you're going to get that money from, where that money is coming from, to do the easy part. That's why I put it on my thing. It is so easy. Because the buying stocks is the easy part. You just click in the number and put where you want it, where you're willing to buy it for, where you're willing to sell it for, where the market is, where you're willing to buy it and what it is. Boom, and you buy it. But if you don't know where you're spending and where your money is coming from, and you go spend, you see the market go down, you go spend $500, and then tomorrow you can't pay your light bill, you can't pay your water bill, you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your car note. That's not good. Because this can be addictive like anything else. But you got to remember to take the personality out of it, the personal. Don't make it personal. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it personal. Know where your money is coming from, know where your money is going, and don't make it personal. If you're into something and you don't feel comfortable and it's going sideways, it's going left, I mean, you can sell at a loss. It's okay. It's okay to sell at a loss, right? Except you wanted to go to zero, then you're like me, like with my shoe new. I'm like, you know what? I'll let it go to zero. I don't care. I will let it sit there. If it go to zero, it's fine. If it go to $1, I'm a multi-millionaire. Okay? But you got to have that mentality. I look at this, every portfolio, I look at it as a business, right? I take it from a small business that is generating $100 a dollar a month, right? Because that's where you're going to start when you get your first 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents, or whatever, to where it go to $100, and then the next goal is 200, 300, and gradually over time it's going to grow, but you got to feed it. You got to plant more trees. You got to, and the trees meaning more money to get more fruit, right? So you got to do that, guys. But you got to start, okay? So, but you need the right mindset to start. I give you guys all these resources, all this information every day, right? And another thing is, when you start this thing, you got to make it a habit. I was on that live, and the guy said, I talk to my clients, I tell them not to check the portfolio every day. Okay, I check my portfolio 3 times a day, sometimes 4 times a day. It depends how I feel. Today the market was green, so I would check it every hour. When I'm not busy, I would log in and check it to see if it's going down, because someday the market I'm up $1,500, and by the end of the day I'm down to $300 because the market went back down, or I end up in the red like the other day. I end up with $300 in the red, negative. But before that, all day the market was up. All my positions were up. I was up by $1,500. So, and that's why. Because if you have money to buy, you're looking for opportunity to buy. You don't buy when the market is green. Well, I mean, some people do. That's why the market keep going up, because people buying, right? Keep going up. People putting more market money in the market. But I don't. That's not no sale. I like sale. I'm cheap. I like sales. Okay, so when they go down, that's when I'm buying. You know, you can't follow the people. You can't follow the herd, because you're not gonna make money that way, right? You buying when the market go up, when the market go down, then you're selling. That don't make no sense. But guys, I'm gonna stop this video because it's getting long. We're already almost at 30 minutes. Remember, guys, invest in your future, because there's nobody that can do it for you, and you can start with just $1. That's not even enough to buy you a cup of coffee in Colombia right now, I think that's like 4,000 pesos. That might can give you two Coca-Colas, right? Two small Coca-Colas in Colombia. And it's not going to be enough to give you a big bag of chip. It can give you a little small bag of chip that I think we pay 50 cents for over here. You might get one of those for $1 for 4,000 pesos in one of these shops around here. All right, guys. So I love you. We're going to do this again tomorrow, right? And we're making money. What can I say? We're making money. I got a smile on my face. My cheeks gonna be hurting later on because I've been smiling since I look at this thing. And then the same person who sent me the email, she said he or she said, Edwin, you're gonna be happy today because, of course, the market is green. The market is green. Now, if I was able to invest into my E-Trade account, I would have been up already. So I'm mad about that. But you can be mad about everything. Life is so simple, guys. And being financially independent is easier than dealing with a relationship. I promise. And for you guys who know that, people say, "Oh, it don't take money to make money. It take creation." Yeah, it take creation. But if you don't know how to create stuff, then you need money to make money. All right, guys. So I love you guys. Happy investing. Peace.